Multiplying fractions and whole numbers. Michaela said, I can represent 3 times 2/3 with 3 rectangles each of length 2/3. Connor said, I know that 2/3 times 3 can be thought of as 2/3 of 3. Is 3 copies of 2/3 the same as 2/3 of 3? Draw a diagram to represent 2/3 of 3. Alright, so here is a rectangle of length 3, and we're going to divide it up into thirds and color in 2 of those thirds. Because this is a rectangle of length 3 and we're dividing it into thirds, each of these boxes is of length 1. So we can see here that 2/3 of 3 is 2 because we filled in 2 boxes. Up here we have 3 rectangles each of length 2/3. Because this is of length 2/3, 2/3 and 2/3, we have a total length of 6/3, which reduces because 6 divided by 3 equals 2, which is 1 plus 1. So yes, these are equal. This is the commutative property. To multiply fractions with whole numbers, write the whole number as a fraction over 1, then multiply the two fractions. Write your answer as a mixed number in simplest form. So 6 times 4/9 becomes 6 over 1 times 4/9, which when you multiply the numerators, you get 24. When you multiply the denominators, you get 9, which written as a mixed number is 2 and 6/9, which when you reduce this fraction becomes 2 and 2/3. An alternate method of simplifying fractions prior to multiplying. So given the same problem from that point here, we can reduce these 6 and 9 to be 2 and 3, and that makes our lives a little easier because then we have 8/3, which directly simplifies to 2 and 2/3. So we've skipped that step. Another example is we have 3/5 times 7, which becomes 3/5 times 7 over 1. So 3 times 7 is 21, 5 times 1 is 5, which gives us 21/5, written as a mixed number as 4 and 1/5.